Hi. Okay, so I am Julie, founder of Faithfully Driven. I want to talk to you about something super important today. You don't need more mindset work. And I know that might seem a little controversial, but if you've been doing the journaling, the affirmations, the awareness work, and you're still stuck in the same emotional patterns, this is why. Because your patterns are not just in your thoughts. They are actually hardwired into your nervous system. So the anxiety, the overthinking, the people pleasing, the collapse, the way you abandon yourself in relationships, even when you know better, that's not a lack of intelligence. That's not a lack of effort. That's conditioning that your body has learned to feel safe inside. So until you start to change what your body perceives as safe, you're going to keep repeating the same patterns. So in this video, I want to introduce you to a method that I've been developing, something that blends neuroscience, nervous system regulation, somatic work, and subconscious patterning. And I call it the rewire method. And this is about how you can actually change, not just what you understand. It's why mindset alone doesn't work. So, most professional development teaches you to change your thoughts, but your brain doesn't prioritize what's logical, it prioritizes what's familiar. So, what is familiar? Well, what's familiar is what your nervous system has learned to stay safe. So, if chaos has felt familiar, you're gonna recreate chaos. If overgiving feels familiar, you'll keep overgiving, even when you consciously don't want to, because your system is not wired for happiness, it's wired for safety. So let's break this down, all right? The rewire is a process that works with your body and your brain together, not against each other. The first step, the R, reveal. This is where we bring awareness to the patterns that are running beneath the surface. Not just, what do I think, but what do I feel? What do I default to? Like, what keeps me repeating these patterns in these relationships and my reactions? Because you can't change what you haven't revealed, right? The next step, establish safety. And this is where most people skip ahead, and that's why nothing changes. If your nervous system is still in survival mode, you can't rewire anything. So we use somatic tools, we use breath, we use grounding, we use orientation, all these different tools. Those are just some of them to teach your body that it's actually safe to do something different. Then there's the W in rewire, and that stands for witness. So this is where we stop judging the patterns. We stop trying to fix ourselves, and instead we go in with like a shitload of compassion. Compassion, compassion, compassion. That is the doorway in. We start to understand this pattern. Oh, wow, this makes sense. It didn't just come out of nowhere, it came from somewhere, and it protected me at some point. So when that shame drops, change becomes possible. And the fourth step is interrupt. This is where things get real because this is not about what you do in a journal. This is about what you're doing in the moment when the trigger hits. It's when you want to people please, when you want to shut down, when you want to overreact, when you want to freak out. Can you pause? Can you choose something different, even if it's small? Because that moment is where rewiring actually happens. And then we go into recode. So this is where we teach your body and your brain a brand new way through repetition, through emotional experiences. You have to attach an emotional experience, or else you're not going to see that change. Sorry, I'm going through a little cold right now. So through repetition, through emotional experiencing, through choosing differently again and again, you're not just thinking differently, you're actually creating new neural pathways. And finally, we embody it. We begin to really embody our new selves. Like it's not even our new selves, it is our authentic self. This is where it becomes who you are, not something that you have to like try to do and remember to do. It's not something that feels hard. It just feels natural. It's who you are. This is where your confidence becomes your baseline. This is where your emotional stability becomes your baseline, where you stop abandoning yourself automatically. And when your body moves through this process, you don't just feel better temporarily. You actually become different. You respond different. You choose differently. You relate differently. And your entire life starts to reflect that. So here's what I want to share with you. For the first time, I'm opening up this work as a founding member live cohort. I'm taking 20 years of experience in energy work, in somatic therapy, in recovery, in all the tools that I use to save my own life. This is not a passive course. This is not something that you just watch and, ooh, hope it lands. This is live, guided, supported experience of a transformation where I walk you through this process in real time. You'll have direct access to me. You'll be doing this work in a community and you'll be integrating it, not just understanding it. Now, don't freak out because I know I say in a community, and a lot of us are lone wolves, right? Because we've had a lot of trauma, and so that's what happens. But it's going to be an incredibly supportive, safe situation and atmosphere. And this is first round. So we're not just joining a program, you're becoming part of the very first group to experience this method, to shape it, to move through it with me on a very deep level. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be intimate. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be transformational. It's going to change your fucking life. So if you've been doing the work, but you have still been stuck in the same emotional loops, the same patterns, your life is still producing these outcomes where you're like, how am I repeating this pattern again? This is the next step. This is something that is going to change your life. Welcome. You don't need to try harder. You just need a nervous system that finally supports you. And I'm going to show you how to do that.